Assalamu alaikum. Remember how we learned the Arabic letters in their original order last time? Well, now we'll make it even easier. Look at the screen. See the new order. That's how we remember the letters now. So if someone asks about the Idhar letters, you will know them because you have memorized this new order. It's super simple and it will really help you remember. I'm going to ask Khadija to say the letters from Alif to Noon.
ألف باء تاء ثاء جيم دال ذال زاء سين شين صاد ضاد طاء ضاء ثاء قاف كاف همزة ها عين ها غين خا را لام يا ميم واو نون.
Thank you. Awesome job. Remember how we say the letters is important. So we stretch the sound, like instead of saying ba, we say ba. Or instead of saying ta, we say ta. Now, if you have a question, write it in the comments below. Now, here is a little test to see how well you have memorized the letters and if you can spot the letters. Which letter is this?
ضاد
How about this one?
غين
And what about this one?
قاف
Great. Now, how about this one?
ضا.
Great. So, I am making you memorize the letters, pronounce the letters, so you learn. The most important thing for me is to teach you the makharij, all the pronunciations. We have to be strict with this. The pronouncing should be correct. Some students pronounce, for example, sad as swad. There is no wow in sad. We pronounce the letter as sad. Once you get used to saying some letter in a certain way, it's hard to change it. New students find it easier because they're just starting and have not learned the sounds yet. But if you have learned somewhere else and get it wrong, it's a little hard to fix it. As we go forward, it's super important to say the letters just right. Listen to yourself when you say them and practice a lot, okay? I had students before who knew all the letters except for the letter Ghain. His Ghain sounded all mixed up, like gain. It didn't sound like the letter at all. So everyone thought he might never get it right. But as we kept going through our lessons, he practiced the letter more than any other. Still, it won't come out until we get closer to the end. Then one day he did it. He said Rain perfectly, and it was amazing. His pronunciation was ever better than all the other students. It just happened one day. That's a great story for new students like you. So don't give up. If there is a letter that's tricky for you and you keep trying and trying, but it's not perfect yet, just keep going. Keep practicing. And one day, even if it takes a while, it will come out just fine. So now let's check out this next part. See here in these boxes, we have letters. And the next box, we have how the letters are written in the beginning, the middle, or end of a word. So, for example, Aleph at the end of a word is written like this. The ba at the beginning of the word, and the ba in the middle of a word. Ta at the beginning of a word and at the end of the word. Jim in the middle of a word and Jim in the beginning of a word. Dal when it's connected to a word. Ain in the beginning of a word. See how shape of the ain changes in the middle of a word. We have here the kaf. The kaf shape changed completely in a word. So this is the kaf in the beginning of a word and the kaf in the middle of a word. We have meme as well here. Meme at the beginning of a word in the middle. Noon as well. Ha. See how the shape of the ha changes when it's in the middle of a word or at the end of a word. This is a different way of saying ha. You will see this in the Quran. Hamza and ya. Look at the box below. It's another way of writing the letters. Sometimes letter can be written in a few ways. We have these 4 lines. We can test ourselves. Which letter is this?
Ba.
And which letter is this?
Ta.
This is a ta. And which letter is this one here? The second one?
Ha.
This is a ha. So if we look here for ha, see at the end of the word, it's written like this. That's a ha. This is a ya. The ha, you can see it's written in different ways in the Quran. So ha in the middle of the word, this is a ha as well. We have the ba and the ba here. This is the alif. This is the ba. This is the meme. The ha again. The sad. Ha again at the end of a word. Ba. It may take a few times for you to remember at first, and that's okay. But then you recognize them really quickly. So which letter is this?
Jim.
Jim. Great. At first, you might need to check a few times, but soon you remember them easily. You might make a mistake a few times, but you'll learn super fast. Just go back and practice if you need to. Again, on this page, we're just looking at how the letters are written. Thank you. I will see you next week, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.